All right, the floor is mine. So, back when Kent announced in Andorra that Citera Biobío will be hosting the summit, probably most of you thought, well, Biobío, where's that, right? How can I get there? Is there any flights? Do I travel by boat? Um, how is it? And I don't know about you guys, but whenever I'm about to travel to a new place, to a new city, I get so curious, right? I try to learn everything about it. Where its history, popular landmark, if it's been in some movie I saw, this, what are their music tastes? I don't know. I just get so curious and try to find out everything I can about that. And it's kind of a learning process. I don't like to arrive to a new city and kind of be an stranger. I want to be impregnated beforehand about the city life and what the city history is, what it means to be there, etc., etc. And probably when you first hear about the summit, you say, "Oh well, where is Biobío, right?" So Biobío is a region, it's a state for the Americans. Concepción in its capital, right? Its capital city is the second largest city in Chile, probably the most important city in Chile until that to Fernando. We like to say that, so probably if we say it, it's true. Penquistas are very proud of themselves, and we love our city. And Concepcion has a story that really fits the idea of transition. Fun fact: the city where now this Concepcion you will visit in October is the second Concepcion that was built throughout history. The first one was located in Penco, which is a coastal town nearby. And due to wars with the indigenous people, with the Mapuche people, tsunamis, earthquakes, tornadoes, wildfires, we had all kinds of natural and social disasters there. Decision makers that back then said, you know what, enough is enough. We can't rebuild this city over and over again here. Let's place it somewhere else. And they moved the city Concepcion in its actual form to inland, to the river coast of the Biobío River.
Just
But
checking, we still see your first slide. I think that's correct though, right?
yeah, so um, Concepcion during the colonial time, thank you, Luis Amaitane, was kind of a southern border between the colony, the Spanish Empire, and the Chilean people. And that's in the north, and in the south there were the Mapuche people. So Biobío was a city that was fortified first, served as a military outpost. And then in the 20th century, it became kind of an industrial hub for Chile with the steel mills, forest industry, fishing, etc., etc., etc. And the city was rebuilding itself over and over again. Earthquakes come and go. The latest one, 2010, probably you heard about that. Uh, Put the city again on its feet, but we're resilient and we love our city so much that we kept rebuilding it and trying to transform it for the new challenges for the future, right? And and that's it. That is Concepcion in a nutshell. We have like 450 plus years of history. We're celebrating actually the anniversary of Concepcion, the October 5, just a couple days before the summit. So we have it's kind of a celebration of our city and the things we love about Concepcion. And here, Penquistas love music. We are the birthplace of Chilean rock and roll. Um, Many popular bands in Latin America were born here. I'm sure Mayra and Letty and Andres have heard about Los Tres, Los Bunkers. We have smaller bands like The Salon, Santos Dumont. If you like punk rock, we have that too. It's kind of an interesting relationship, the city with its music and the musicians. We host the Festival Rec, which is amazing. We gather more than 300,000 people in just one weekend, and we're very proud of that. We love to hear live music in our city, in an open space, looking at the river, being exposed to the elements, being closer to another souls, enjoy the same beats. Um, and it's a fun thing to see here in Concepcion, how music is well represented in every corner of the city. We also love how our city relates to nature. You'll have the opportunity to walk by Parque Ecuador. And it's kind of for me, it's a fantastic thing because you walk through the park and you kind of disconnect the city, although you are watching it. You're watching the cars go by, honking, crashes, people yelling, etc., all the noises a city has. But you are walking in a park, you are watching the forest, you are listening the birds sing, and it's kind of amazing. Also, I've been telling you guys throughout the meetings for the workshops, although it will be spring here in October, sunny days are not guaranteed. Our city decides to throw a monsoon upon us just so suddenly, and it's no tropic concept for a reason, you know. In the morning, you can be sunshine like this, but in half an hour, it can be raining and then sun again, and then it's cold, etc., etc., etc. So, Penquistas love that, love how the nature and the climate relates to the city and how we live it throughout the day. Also, we love jamming cars. It's a thing here. We, a couple of weeks, hosted the World Rally Championship, so we are now entering into a circuit of global events here in Biobío. Travelers and tourists from across South America, from Argentina, Peru, Colombia, Bolivia, Brazil, coming to our region to enjoy the sound of engines roaring throughout the forest, and that poses again another challenges to the city. You know, opening our culture, Concepción, its nature, the people who live here to another type of tourism, not just only to, I don't know, hiking or skiing in the mountains, but, you know, watching these cars go super fast in the gravel. And this one is actually kind of a proud thing. We love culture, and with Fernando, our main director, we interview a local authority on culture here in Concepcion for a podcast we hosted the previous year. And he said to us, and it kind of stuck in my mind, and he said, you know, there aren't many cities in the world building theaters, and Concepcion was one of those. And it is the largest theater in Chile. Take that, Santiago. We have it, and it is so beautiful. Although people living nearby call it a shoebox. Thank you, Maggie, for reminding us that. It's a beautiful space for the city to congregate and enjoy music, culture, the summit, etc., and also to start rebuilding the relationship the city had with its river. I think Marcela told you about that in the summit of 2023. You know, our city has been giving its back to the river, and the Teatro Biobío is one of those actions, to spaces that tries to rebuild that relationship. And of course, we love to be curious. We love to build things. We love to explore, and we love building things with Legos. And that is part of what we do. That is part of what are we trying to do here at City Lab Biobío, not just to focus on the science, on the technology, on visualizations, but to integrate what people love, what Pinquistas love about their city, and put it in the scientific sphere of understanding things, you know. And we want you to be part of it. I think that is why we're hosting it. The City Science Summit is not just another event for us. It only makes sense if it's rooted in the city itself, with its citizens, with the people who lives here, if it emerges from it. We want you to experience Concepcion, to be part of it, and to dream the future cities from here. And we have just a 1 week, sadly, or hopefully, to invite you to dream the cities in transition with our summit, and to live the cities in transition. So from all of us here at City Lab Biobío, at City Science, Corporación Ciudades, the Gobierno Regional del Biobío, la Cámara China de la Construcción, we hope this week gives you an experience you will treasure. And for me personally, I hope this is the kind of week that makes you say, you know what, I kind of want to go back to Concepcion now, where I know where it is, I know how its people is, I want to go back, I want to do things there. And that is honestly one of the main reasons why we're doing this, not just to have a scientific event, anyone can pull that, But if the summit, the City Science Summit, it's rooted in the city and it's open to its citizens to explore, to dream, to live, and to create, then mission accomplished. That is the most important part for us. Let's jump into the technical part. The summit itself, we have a lot of moving parts. We have a lot of things happening in those 3 days. And I'm sorry, you see that Wednesday 7, Tuesday 7, so I'm sorry. But it's 27 October. It starts at inauguration here in the Salon Moral. If you are staying in the Mercury Hotel or Aurelio, as we told you, you will have just to walk. Don't ask for an Uber. Don't ask for a taxi. You can just walk. We have the inauguration at 9 a.m. and then at 10 a.m. we'll have the workshops introduction. You know, we'll speak about what are we going to do, how do we get there, etc., etc., etc. We'll talk about the methodology. We'll split the groups, and all of that. And we'll start working at the locations, Talcahuano, Concepción, Santa Juana, and Bosque de Chagay at 11:30, hopefully. And it won't take much more than 2.5 hours of workshop. Then we have to come back to do the A/B test for those who are speaking on the stage. Hopefully starting at 4 p.m. And at 8 p.m. we'll host a reception for you guys at a local cafe, which is super great. And I love that coffee. Scooters will be provided for all of us for free during the event. So no Ubers, don't ask an Uber. Explore the city, walk the city, ride the city. Don't take an Uber, guys. You can take the public transportation if you like. We may help you with that. And choose your workshops wisely. That is important too. Wednesday, this is the main event at the Teatro Biobío. It will open its gates at 9 a.m., but the main stage opens at 10 a.m. First floor will be the City Science Network exhibition. Maggie will tell you more about that later. The second floor, we open a call to national startups to present their technology, to present their developments. And it's called Innovadores del Futuro. It will be super great. It will have cool things. So I expect you to interact with them during that day. On the third floor, we'll have an immersive documentation station. We are working with a local university to film everything we're doing with the challenges and the workshops and etc. So to make it an immersive experience in the third floor. In the fourth floor, main stage, keynotes, talks, and roundtables. If for some reason you are on the first floor and there is a talk on the fourth floor you are missing, don't worry. We have a closed circuit streaming all the time. You won't miss a thing. In the Esplanade, I don't know if that's well said in the Esplanade, outside the theater. We have food trucks for you to lunch and an art expo called Corredor Biomimetico, which blends technology, art, science, and all things visualization, etc., etc., etc. It will be a cool thing also. And at 8 p.m. is a summit closure toast at a local restaurant. Again, if you're staying at the Mercure or Aurelio Hotel, you have to walk. You can walk. Don't ask for an Uber. Don't ask for a taxi. You can walk there. It's very walkable this summit. Don't worry for that. And the next day, starting at 9:30 a.m. is the City Science Network meets in Concepción, just us. We'll have a report back from workshops in day one, coffee break, future collaboration. I think Marcus, you're hosting that. And closing remarks by Kent, and 2 p.m. the end. Sad face. That's it. That's the entire schedule and this entire structure for the summit. We have a lot of things happening. We hope you enjoy it, and you know, just have a fun, good time. That's it.
So, Herman, I just have to say, I just loved your introduction. I thought it was beautiful. You know, it communicates how you see your city and the passion you're bringing to it. So fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I prefer for that. Maggie, please.
Yeah, so Herman had the idea to talk specifically about how the network would contribute to this event, and we loved that thought. So we kind of quickly pulled together a list of what you'll be doing. there's some redundancy because really in what he's sharing in that schedule, you're in every part of it. And I think you're in every part in a really integral way. So of course, on October 7th, we have the workshops, and it's a really active role that we're asking the network to play this year. So I know a lot of you on this call are already engaging in conversations, and you have been for a couple of months for the network preparation. So if you're in that role and in that moment, we encourage you to just continue to bring your expertise in the area and help the Biobío team shape what can really be a meaningful workshop and also collaboration in the research area. If you're not there, let us know, maybe even drop your email in the chat. We can connect you now to some initial conversations. And also know that that day, it's just awesome to, for some folks of you I'm aware of, show up in that workshop and bring everything that you know from your country and your city to that area. So that's also a great way to contribute. So October 7th is essential for all of us. We want to talk more in the next slides about the exhibit at the Teatro. I'll say it's an incredible opportunity for us as a City Science Network. We've seen this before in some of our events. We reflect on Shanghai or Hamburg, where we had a network exhibition. And I think what's really great about the Chilean team is they've set up really cool infrastructure for us to use. So you're seeing here 3 booths with these huge, beautiful LED screens and some furniture in each booth. And there will be 6 total. So there's these 3 and there's 3 more facing them. And we are programming this so that 4 of these stations have rotating content about the City Science Network. Our colleagues Ilsa Hill, Yasushi Sakai, and Gabriela Billa are curating that. And Ilsa's been asking you for content. So a lot of you provided content already. I know it's already been due. Maybe if you have something last minute today, they might be able to fit it in. And probably many of you know the work of Gabby in particular. She's done a lot of work at past summits. They're kind of curating and splicing the content into various network themes to give it sort of a really beautiful refinement and cohesion. So I'm excited to see that all presented. That's in 4 of the booths. 2 of the booths then become kind of a plug and play experience. There will be a computer there hooked up. So if you're choosing to exhibit in a booth, that's one of those, you can demo and you'll be able to go to that computer, call up your content. We'll create a repository so you'll see everything in one place and then jump into demo mode. And I know for us, we're really used to it. I think a lot of the folks though are on the call. It could be anything. It could be a presentation, flipping through, talking about what you do. I know some folks are really into the coding and modeling space. You could be even sharing some of that really super nerdy content, which is also very beautiful. Or you could have a looping video again of your work, of something you want to talk about. Regardless, we're asking you all to sign up to be in this space. And we want everyone in the network to do it. So all of the researchers, you're going to choose a slot. Network directors, I think, are going to just hang out there when they're available. But I think for your city science lab, you know, directors are presenting on stage, you're engaging in a workshop, but you're also now an exhibitor of your work and your content. So that's something to share. Maybe if you jump through to the next one, Hermans, I can show you the network themes will be what's filtering on those 4 screens. So again, Yasushi, Gabby, and Ilsa are pulling this together. We're going to pull your research content into these various areas. So for example, if we are running through a theme of mobility, you might see research from Taipei, then you'll see research from Gipuzkoa, then you might even see some of the studies they've done in Guadalajara, and then maybe back to MIT. So you're going to see all of your content mixed together. We've, for a long time, I know the research leads have had this vision of more livable, equitable, and resilient communities, and it's reflected throughout in the themes. Consensus, of course, it's important in all of our city science labs using tools for consensus building. In that transformable environments, I think about, you know, historically in MIT, something like robotic architecture, but maybe more currently, we think about people who are working with sensors, sensorized spaces, or creating sensors to understand places. The urban performance model is modeling communities for impact maybe to reduce emissions. That's something we see frequently. The Power of Without is our title for an informality line. So if you've been collaborating with an informal community, you're going to see your work filtering through there. And then there will also be some things that we can't fit in, but we still need to highlight as part of our big community. Okay, and then on the next slide, you're going to see the spreadsheet. I saw Maitane shared it in the chat. So your to-do is to sign up. So if this is confusing, just chat with us more. But the way it's going to work is those demo booths are a place where you play your own content. So the folks here, I see Parfait first on the list. Parfait shares a model that he's created at MIT of this sort of humanized agent-based model. And he's directly showing what he's working on. Those are really cool places for the network. Each slot is an hour and a half, so I'd encourage you to fill those up. If for some reason that's not a good fit for you, or if you're more curious about the other part, you're going to flow into those 4 booths that I mentioned, where we have that streaming content, which I'm calling like the overview booth. So you're still there, but you don't have to plug in. You don't have to demo your work exactly. And you're prepared maybe to talk more broadly about the City Science Network. I see Inigo from Gipuzkoa there. So Inigo could reflect a bit on those overall themes, but also talk directly to who he is and what he does. So you still have the opportunity for personalization. Okay, that's the exhibition, like just throwing it out what an incredible opportunity is. So we need to fill it up and really show the Biobío team that we can contribute in so many multiple ways to this. If we go back a few slides to that schedule, we'll jump into the other parts of it. Just quickly, you've seen it all before. So you'll see the network directors. I think where we have the network contributions, Herman. You'll see your network directors on stage, and the directors we've been emailing this week, they're doing these short talks. I've now learned to call them charlas. 6 minutes, wicked quick, brief, beautiful presentation. And the directors are also on a panel this year. So there are 20-minute panel discussions. You're paired with another director, someone who's given a keynote. It could be a sponsor or an invited guest from Biobío, and then moderator. And they've pulled in like professional journalists, podcasters, really cool moderators for the event that we feel really confident will be able to lead you in conversation. We'll try to set up some pre-meetings for you to kind of meet and chat on Zoom, but that's the plan for the directors. Of course, the network workshops on the 9th were mentioned, so that's also just an obvious way for us to spend time together. I also think there's a couple of folks online here who won't attend in person. And if you're not attending in person, you're engaging in all of that pre-content. We always love to hear your voice as we set up the event. But we're going to stream the content, as always, on YouTube. So you can watch it live and be a part of the event. And, you know, if you're, for example, I see a faculty member in Shanghai, you know, you could be sharing that with a class of students or sharing that with your city science lab there. The content will be in YouTube. It'll be posted, I think, to the City Lab Biobío site and our City Science Network site as well. But I also think like that, we've talked about that idea of getting people together to watch it and how fun and exciting that will be for your city science labs. So we're really encouraging it. We're looking behind the scenes to see if we can transfer the YouTube stream to something that will work more simply in Shanghai. Stand by, Shanghai team, as we figure that out. We'll know in the next couple of days if we can get you a stream. And then if we can, I think it could be shared broadly in China. And then also, you know, I think we've all noticed the social media of the team in Biobío is pretty incredible. And I think this is a time to highlight your, maybe in your lab throughout the year, you're kind of focusing on your work and what you're doing in the impact of your lab. And the summit is an opportunity to share with your audience that you're part of this incredible international network. So we'll be tagging you. Ilsa will be doing some for our side and the Biobío team as well. Your labs will be tagged so you can kind of share and get the content out. They're also doing a really incredible job of press for this event. So we're going to see press pop up throughout the event. And I think that we knew when we even started planning this event, for all of us as a network, to have that voice and that platform in such an important city in Latin America is really essential, I think, to think of where we are now as a city science network and the impact of our work. So I think I'm good with that. I bet there are questions, and Maitane, I see your mic open too. You might have, I don't know if we missed something or there's anything.
I think we cover everything. Just maybe again, like if you are worried about missing something of the when you are demoing in the exhibit and you are worried about missing something, we are gonna have plenty of screens in the first floor with live stream of the event. So don't worry about that. And also, if you wanna bring your own computer to the booth, I think there is like HDMI, right, Herman, that you can also like plug. So there's like a computer that you can use, or you can bring your own computer if that's easier for you.
I just remembered one little note too that I had written down. You're going to see a lot of information from Maitane coming out. She's going to be communicating for this sort of more general audience, a lot of the high level opportunities, or really specifically maybe focusing with our network directors or our workshop folks. Of course, Diego Ramirez is also focused on workshops. But there's a woman on the Chile team, her name is Diana, and she is communicating. She's been talking to you about your registration, invitation letters, and now she's going to start communicating the agenda, like where you need to be, when, all of this information. So I just wanted to mention too, when you see Diana, she's like an essential member of their team, and that's, I think, some of the first content you want to read.
Great.
Yeah, that's her name, Diana.
Perfect.
Yes, she's critical for us. I don't know if she's here. I saw it. Oh no, she's not. She left. Oh.
I saw her. Yeah, she's amazing.
Yeah, she's so cool.
Okay, let's open for questions. I don't know if someone has any question.
Yeah, if you have any questions, shoot. I don't know if Luca is in a plane or in a train. I'm so curious.
I have one question related to the exhibition place.
Okay.
And so we can decide whatever we want to do there. So we could, for example, I'm thinking about a current project that I'm doing and I would like to do a live app testing. Would that be possible, or is that I have to showcase something? So I could give a short introduction of our project and then do a testing with folks who join.
Yeah, it's Sophie. Sorry,
okay,
go ahead.
Yeah, so maybe Herman, can you talk a little bit about the audience that we are expecting, because maybe also so people can adapt a bit the content.
Yeah. For Wednesday, it's an open event. We're trying to reach as many as possible segments of the population, but mainly we'll have people from around ages 18 to 45, professionals related to urbanism, architecture, research, technology, etc. We're really trying to encourage more people to join the summit, of course. Neighbors, communities, community leaders, politicians, authorities, technical authorities, businesses, managers, head of innovation, etc., etc., etc. So it's kind of super broad audience. I think for me, it's kind of a challenge to not just talk to someone who really understands you because you share the same knowledge, but to try to really stretch it out to talk in a simple way for you to understand. Of course, there will be the language barrier. We try to have as many translators as possible in the Teatro Biobío. But we want to have a broad audience. Anyone is invited to the summit, not just architecture students or postdocs, etc., etc., etc.
Yeah, that first floor too, it's glass, so it opens up those.
Yeah, it opens up.
They're facing inward, but there's this ability for people who are outside mingling in the art exhibition or the food trucks to see inside and see the work too. So it's a pretty cool space to draw attention to what you do. And maybe just to your note, Sophie, I know Adrian, I see on the call from the MIT team, is also interested in having an app. And his looks at like livability, or sorry, what's livelihood? Livelihood, I think is what
Livelihood.
I want. Livelihood of different locations. So being able to sort of click in different areas and reflect on that for the citizens. So there's someone else thinking in similar lines. And I think that diversity of content is really interesting for the folks who are there to see and to be able to meet you.
Mhm. Okay. Mayra? Oh,
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm driving. That's great. Everything sounds so exciting. We are very excited to be there soon. Thank you for the information, Herman, and everything. I just a quick thoughts. I talked to Diana yesterday regarding the main stage. So she told me that we could make the presentation in Spanish. Is that correct? That it will be desirable for the audience. Is that correct? Like for the main stage, those who speak Spanish, we could make it in that language. And what I
Yeah,
was thinking is that maybe having the slides translated, no, in English, so we could cover both languages. I don't know. And for the panel, that will be in English, right?
yeah. Yeah, I talked with Fernando yesterday. Sorry, Maggie. Couldn't inform you yesterday. I'm sorry. But yes, if your native language is Spanish, you should talk in Spanish. But the presentation, because it's streamed, must be in English. So for the live stream, we can just plug, I don't know, a live subtitle CC or whatever. It would be easier. So the standard is if you speak Spanish natively, you talk in Spanish, but your presentation should be in English. Everyone else should be in English, of course.
Uh-huh. Yes, of course.
So Jordi, Suriñe, you, Mayra, Fernando will be speaking on stage on Spanish, but presentation will be in English and the panel will be in English.
Okay,
Yeah, I
great.
think on your panel you have an English speaker, so it shifts your language.
Yeah, we made sure that moderators in each panel talk English, and that has been incredibly difficult in this town. Not everyone talks English, but it will be a panel in full English. Yeah.
Okay, great. And the second question was regarding the demo space that maybe Maitani have covered it. Like, I have this doubt of the schedule of that demo space. If the persons who are going to show or provide the demos are going to be there the whole day, or what is the time? Because yeah, of course they want to also be part of the activities. No, is that going to be on the main stage day, the demo?
Yeah, so the exhibition is happening in parallel of the main stage, but we are dividing different slots of 1 hour and a half. So everyone can be in the exhibit, but also don't miss a lot from main stage. So you can sign up to different slots. It's divided by times. And again, there is like screens in the first floor, so you can watch the live stream of the main stage, so you don't miss anything.
Ah, okay, so 1 hour and a half. Okay, that's
Yeah.
great. So we will keep in touch with you for that activity. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm
Thank
seeing
you.
that also, like as Maggie showed, we have like 4 columns. If you see that the first 3 are filled, you can go to the purple column. So we have that the 4th person, because we are looking for minimum three people in each slot. But if you wanna be the 4th one in a slot, feel free to add your name on the purple column.
Ah, okay. Well, yeah, I have to see again the recording, but because the demo space, I understand that it is going to be integrated into different topics, right? Like if you are working on mobility, you will be there, or each of the labs could have one space. I didn't get that well.
So there are like two types of booths.
Okay.
One is for a specific demo or a specific project that you can come and present and demo your project. And the other type is like general overview of city science, of the network.
Okay.
Because we have like two booths for the demos and for videos about the network looping. So the third person, like in general, the general overview person, can be there floating around the space.
Okay.
I
Great.
don't know if
Thank
that
you,
was
Marta.
clear. I know that it can be confusing a bit.
No, yeah, but I will contact you for the details of that. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you, Maitani. Thank you, everyone. See you soon.
Thank you, Mayra. Okay. More questions? And also we have Diego here. I don't know if maybe he can give like a quick overview of the workshops. I know that everyone knows the 5 workshops, but maybe like a quick overview of the workshop and in which stage we are, or if he needs help, or
Yeah.
I don't know if
Diego
Diego is
is
here. Okay, yeah.
super focused. He's there.
Hi, Diego.
Before Diego starts talking, I want to say that we need every help possible in the workshops, as many people as possible in the workshops. We have only managed to go on schedule on mobility. Thank you, Nara, for that. We're meeting with the GOATS team today, with Andres and Letty. Informal settlements with Sophie. We need to meet to make that workshop happen. We have a main structure. Luis Alonso helped us with that. Thank you, Luis. Thank you so much. And micro credentials with Mayra and the Guadalajara team. We have nothing. I'm sorry for that, but I still think we have time. So every help is needed. Any help you can provide us is welcome. We have 2 weeks, but I think it's sufficient time to work on something. Main structure is kind of a settle, but we need like the specific details of each workshop. Diego, please.
I think Herman said the most. That is the most update that we have. Probably the main point here is if someone wants to jump in on one of these challenge, there is still time to do that. We need the help, and also to prepare mentally what you are going to do during the workshop, because some of them are pretty different. For example, the mobility workshop, you are going to go around the city walking or riding a scooter, and also in the goats, you are going to travel through a forest with real goats. So the idea is to mentalize you. So this is a different kind of activity, and to take a disposition to enjoy it. It's more than a work. It's an experience. Mayra?
And of course, wine.
Yes.
Wine tourism will be drinking wine all day. So.
Well, regarding the micro-credential workshops, well, it's actually up to you guys, because we were waiting the information regarding the community that you are working with. And I'm assuming that we are going to work with the students that are taking the micro-credential on nutrition right now. So that was something I was going to ask regarding the specific space of that workshop, because we are bringing the experts in nutrition from our campus, our university, that are working in that micro-credential course. So it's actually that I asked Diana to have this meeting with the people involved, the professors that we are working with in Chile, so they could arrange the activity of that workshop with the participants. So hopefully we will have this meeting this week or next week. Thank you.
Okay. Maggie, I think we can't hear you. Okay, I think she's gonna share some documents where you can find more information about the workshops.
Sorry, Maitane, sometimes that
Yeah.
happens to me. Yeah, so I know Herman mentioned quickly the mobility workshop. So we have one of these documents, that's that structure for each place. But I think these kinds of things really help make sure it's not just a quick little moment. It's more of like a research project and process. So you can see like a goal being listed and motivation. I think laying that foundation for the work that's being done. Certainly the schedule, which I know the team there will help us work, who's participating, and then focus this for the mobility workshop. They're focusing on the different sections now they've set up for the way they're going to work and flow. So also, I think there's a section at the end of what you need to make your workshop happen. But in some of those other workshops as well, I think some of this foundational work, I think that actually maybe the researchers already even have this or aware of this, but getting this documented alongside the sort of logistical work of how you're going to run it that day, and maybe that who is your main facilitator, who's doing your introduction, where are you moving, all of those things. We have the workshop documents in the drive where we were also sharing your network videos. So we can share that link as well so that you all can see where those are. But I just wanted to share one example so you can see where we're kind of aiming to head. Yeah, Diego.
I know that we share our email like 100 times this year, but in the chat I left the email from Diana, Herman, and I. So if you want to ask something, we are open to it. So there is, we are here to all of you.
Thank you, Diego. Okay, I don't know if any of the directors or speakers have any question about their presentation, or I know that Maggie already reached out to you with about like the format of the presentation, the deadline and everything, but I don't know if someone has more questions. Okay. Thank you, Maggie. Okay, no more questions?
What are people most excited for?
Yeah.
Is it Concepción itself? I mean, the city science lab there is phenomenal. Seeing the lab, being together, jump-starting your research, all of the above. Yeah, Neroa says seeing everyone. Woo!
Yeah.
Herman, are we gonna have some time to see the lab, like the space? I don't know if you
Yeah,
guys.
of course. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It is small lab. But on
Beautiful.
Tuesday you'll have the opportunity
On Tuesday, okay.
to experience the city lab.
We have a lot of things to show you. Behind Herman there is a huge cityscope, the medium cityscope, and the cityscopito is over there. And also we have a spinning room with some bicycles.
Yeah, we have a spinning room, really.
With yellow bicycles.
Yeah. We have a lot of cubes. I don't know if you can those. We have 15 of those, which are from the podcast we produce with Fernando. It's really cool. Yeah, well, you had the chance to visit our offices or not?
No, we're looking forward.
All right. Well, sounds like we're in good shape.
Yeah.
You know, thanks to the Biobío team and Maggie and Maitani and the whole city science team, you know, making this effort on what I'm sure will be a great success. All right.
Let's hope so.
Anything else? We good?
I think we're good.
All right. Great.
We're
Thanks,
good.
everyone.
See you in
See you in
Chile.
We'll
Woo!
see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
See you soon.
Bye. See you
Bye.
soon.
Chao, gracias.